Paul and Tina right here on 92.7 FM, AM 1400, The Patriot, every Sunday noon. We're together to talk about your American dream, what it takes to get there from here. Real estate, business, and finance. And today we have a special guest in, Bob Mattler, who was here before. You were here before, Bob. You have so many hats you wear. Welcome back, Bob.
Happy to be here. Thanks, Paul.
Bob, you're an attorney, some 30 years, a licensed attorney in the state of Michigan.
That's correct.
You're also a commercial real estate broker, which is how I met you in the first place, as a real estate broker.
That's right.
With Armada in West Bloomfield.
Armada Real Estate in West Bloomfield.
You're also LEED certified green building specialist, which is why we had you in the last time we were together, talking about the wonderful advancement in energy efficiency and building and so forth.
Sure. I'm a big proponent of sustainability with our built environment.
I think that's great. But today we asked you to come in on a whole different level because you're also a real proponent of the new MILE Act, which is just the first of this year, a new law here in the state of Michigan, the Michigan Invests Locally exemption. So tell our listeners, what is the MILE Act and why are you excited about it?
Well, I'm really excited about the MILE Act because 2 years ago, President Obama passed the Jobs Act, jumpstart our businesses, and up until recently, it's still been mired in regulations with the Securities and Exchange Commission. There is an exemption, an intrastate exemption, so states have the opportunity to have the same effect, investment crowdfunding for real estate deals or businesses or any investment vehicle is possible if you use that SEC exemption. Governor Snyder passed the MILE Act in order to basically jumpstart our local economy for economic development of real estate transactions and businesses that are looking to raise capital online as long as it's done legally under the MILE Act.
Well, let's back up a minute. The MILE Act is called the Michigan Invest Locally exemption.
Right.
The E here is an exemption to something. Why is there an exemption in the first place? Because way back in 1933, the Securities Exchange Commission came into existence. And as long as I've been in real estate up until this year, there's been a real hard, fast rule when it comes to funding real estate investments. So explain why is it an exemption? What's an exemption to?
What we're exempting the SEC from prohibiting us from doing deals with unaccredited investors, okay? The SEC was put in place to protect the little guy. That's why the little guy's never been able to get involved in real estate transactions with real estate syndication. You always had to be an accredited investor, and by SEC rules, an accredited investor is somebody who makes $200,000 a year, or with joint income with his wife or her husband, $300,000 a year, and or $1 million of net assets outside of your marital home. That is 3 to 4% of the population in the United States.
Right.
So
you get
96% of people have been unable to invest in real estate syndication.
So that's, we talk about an investor class.
Correct.
And that's a pretty small class when it comes to this real estate investment, which has been a great way to do investment for a very long time.
Correct.
And so by the way, you used a phrase there I just want to clarify. Real estate syndication. What does that mean?
Real estate syndication is basically a developer or an owner who wants to get a real estate property to go out and find investors to invest in that real estate transaction, that real estate deal. And as I indicated, this has only been the purview of the basically the upper class, right? The last 3 to 5% of the wealthy in America who've been able to use that as an investment vehicle. The rest of us obviously have stocks and bonds and 401ks. This really does level the playing field, which is why I'm so excited about it. It allows anybody who has a 401k or anybody that has $5,000, $10,000, maybe even less, and those rules will be made about the developer, but anybody who wants to invest in a real estate transaction can now invest in their neighborhood or anywhere in Michigan.
American Dreamer, you're listening to Michigan Real Talk here on